And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. There's a beautiful shot of the moon, the early rising moon up there over the field. And one thing I want to talk about here, Sean, is what an improvement this field has undergone in the last few years under Tom Schaefer. When he took over the job, this field needed work, and he has put it in back-breaking fashion. You can see they've put in the new fences in the outfield. They put the windscreen on the fence. They have actually got a real center field now. They're used to the building back there used to be center field. He's put in new dugouts. He's put in new bullpens. He's put in new bleachers. He's put in new netting behind home plate. The press box that we are enjoying today, he built himself. He's really put a lot of work into this facility. It's really one of the finest facilities in all of Region 20 and all of Maryland JUCO. It's a beautiful facility.
It's really been enjoyable, and you know, we were here pretty early preparing for the game. We're able to walk around the field, and out of complete respect, I don't mean to say this tongue-in-cheek at all. You saw with the shot across the outfield, all the lines crafted into the outfield. Coach Schaefer was out here mowing the lawn himself, and that's what it takes to get the job done at the junior college level. You're the coach, you're the groundskeeper, sometimes you're the trainer. Not so much at Montgomery College with an infrastructure. Sometimes you're the assistant athletic director, you're the marketer. You know, you have to wear a lot of hats to coach these junior college players, not to mention the recruiting and the trying to move along to a four-year school.
Absolutely, but I mean, you just can't imagine the transformation in this field. It really is gorgeous, and of course, one of the last things he's done, which I'm sure our viewers can appreciate, is he told us that brand new infield grass and brand new infield dirt, and we've been enjoying that emerald green infield all game long. And there's strike three to James Morris as he leads off the inning.
Story's still out there. Coach Rasher told us that Story 4 innings, but he is humming along so well that maybe he wants to milk another inning, maybe another 2 innings out of him.
There's no action now in the bullpen for Germantown. Sanchez was up earlier. He is no longer warming. Here's Morley as Story breaks off a curve there and it misses. Well, you got to figure that that Rasher was impressed with the way Story got out of that jam in the bottom half of the 4th. And Story may have said, hey, listen, I've got another inning in me.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. I mean, it's all well and good to say, I'm going to save Kevin Story for later in the week. We have a lot of games to play and we want to win them all. But this is a 3-1 ball game, and your starting pitcher is doing a great job. So that's the situation right now, and this is the win you want to get because it's the game you're playing right now.
And, of course, that little extra mustard, which is the rivalry factor.
Absolutely. And, you know, perhaps Coach Rasher is hearing us talk about all these good Doug versus Kevin Story puns, and he wants to see that matchup one more time, just to hear what we'll say about it.
Well, he knows that you have a couple more puns in your quiver.
Another inside fastball located there by Kevin Story. I got nothing, Michael. I can't top that.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, John Morley at the plate. And he golfs one out into the gap in left center field. And Kessiker cuts it off to keep him at first, but a sharp single by Morley. That's his first hit of the game.
Morley with a good piece of hitting there, going down and getting it. Looks like with both pitchers really locating and primarily with their fastball. Carly started featuring the curveball early, but a lot of fastballs, a lot of straight pitches, different locations. Looks like the low strike is the one that's either being called for a strike or being put somewhere in play.
Now, Rockville, this is a key situation here for Rockville. You've got Morley on first. You've got just 1 out. You've got your top on-base guy at the plate, Greg Laser. This is definitely where he wants to move him up at the minimum. And he does more than that with a shot down the left field line. good hustle by by Kessinger to get over to it and keep it from rolling all the way to the wall. And as a result, Morley only gets to second base.
And that's one of those in-game adjustments. Rockville is an aggressive base running team, and they challenged Kessinger a couple times this game and got burned. Kessinger threw a guy out at the plate earlier this game. So this time, you know, only one out, 2 runners on, another good player coming up. Let's just take first and second and see what we can do.
Put the bat in the hands of C.J. Stecker and see what he can do with it. But again, this is a situation like we talked about at the beginning of the game, one of those key hitting situations where and that's exactly what he does. He hits behind the runner into the hole, and this will, oh, he's holding him. He held him. He had him coming around, and he held him at the last minute. I think that was a pretty good play, even though the throw was offline. And
Schaefer clapping his hands together. I don't know if that's a reaction of, man, we could have had it because the throw was offline, or I overreacted. I'm not trying to challenge the left fielder anymore, but I'm willing to challenge Adames out there. But as it is, the bases are loaded now for Kyle Arrett.
Your best hitter up, bases loaded, just 1 out. All of a sudden you have a developing situation. This is where we'll watch and see how eager Kyle Arrett is here. And he almost hit him. Remember last time up, Arrett was hit, and he's hit him again.
Signaling a hit by pitch. You know, I thought I heard the bat handle get hit, which would mean a foul ball.
That's what I thought, and here comes Dan Rasher. He's saying, now Arrett is holding his wrist down there at first. Let's see if we can get another look at it. It was very close.
It definitely got in on his hands and made contact with Arrett's body. The question is whether it hit that bat handle where he wasn't covering it, or if it hit his hand.
So Dan Rasher out there discussing that with the home plate umpire. The home plate umpire is going to call in the second base umpire to get they're conferring.
And that's really the best you can do. No replay in baseball, and that was a fastball in on the hands. Umpires just have to make their best judgment on where it hit exactly. There was definitely the noise of the contact with the bat, but even if it hits your hand and the bat, that's a hit by pitch.
Right. So the second straight time that Kyle Arrett was hit, and he is holding his arm, and the run will score. So Morley crosses the plate on the hit by pitch. That makes it 3-2, Germantown.
And here's Plouffe, who's swinging a hot bat. Triple in the second, walked in the fourth. So he is seeing the ball and he's hitting it when he wants to swing the bat at it.
This is a dangerous situation for Germantown here. Bases loaded, just 1 out, and one of the best hitters on the Rockville team at the plate. And Story struggling a little bit. There's the curveball, gets it in there.
That was one of those 12-6ers way up there, and it dropped over the plate.
Yep. And does look like maybe someone is up for Germantown. There's strike 2 to Plouffe.
Jose Sanchez warming up in the pen there. So Sanchez warmed up last inning, warming up again this inning. And you wonder what the decision point is here, because Plouffe is in an 0-2 hole.
And it gets away. That is going to score a run. Laser comes across.
We got a tie ball game.
We have a tie ball game as Greg Laser scores on what looked to me like a wild pitch, but and here comes Dan Rasher back out to the mound. Here comes the replay. That could have gone either way there. We'd have to get an official score on that between a wild pitch and a pass ball, but either way, the run scores, which ties up the game. The other 2 runners move up a base. Plouffe is still up with runners on second and third, and here comes Jose Sanchez out to pitch. Excellent job there by Kevin Story.
Yeah, he really battled through the day today. And you wonder, was he, if with him scheduled to go 4 innings, did he know that? And was he really kind of going with house money, going on the extra adrenaline this inning and just sort of petered out a little bit too early for his liking.
And while we have a pitching change going on, Jose Sanchez getting ready to take his tosses. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with this Rockville rally in just a moment.